it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to get into NYX Cosmetics. I have a whole haul full of new stuff. A lot of colors in the pink and purple family. If you want to check out my thumbnail, very similar colors. We're going to get into that, but first I want to do the rest of my face with some drugstore inexpensive products. So this whole video is going to be really affordable makeup. So let's get into it. So this whole video is going to be all about affordable makeup. I'm really getting back into the drugstore world. I've avoided it for many, many years, but I know the quality has gone up, also the price. But I do want to get more into this because a lot of us are, we either are unemployed or we're taking some pay cuts or we're having to change jobs, and it's just a big transition for a lot of us. So I think makeup and spending money on that kind of stuff isn't going to be much of a priority as it was in the last few years for many of us. So I want to get into more affordable products. That is to say, I'm not going to keep buying expensive stuff, but I am also always looking out for a good deal. So even though it's expensive, I always want to get some money off. So I will let you guys know about that kind of stuff too. Alright, so I want to start with my primer first. And we're going to do the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is actually the only drugstore primer I have in my collection right now. I've used quite a bit of it. It's an interesting product. People think it's a good dupe for Tatcha, and I haven't tried the Tatcha primer, to be honest. The Putty one, just because it's so expensive. I think I was really nervous about even getting the liquid version. I think it's nice. I don't think I'll be repurchasing it because I'm always trying new things anyway. But I don't really think it's that worth it. I don't think any primers are worth that much money unless it really pairs well with your favorite foundation. Otherwise, I think primers tend to work with only certain kinds of foundations. There's hard to find a universally good one. So I have a lot of different primers. This one isn't bad. It's definitely thicker. It's a bit grippy. But now they have different versions of it, and I haven't tried those ones yet. I just kind of want to get through this one first, which is taking me a while. Next, we're going to get into foundation, and I'm going to try this guy again. This was in my Ulta haul video, so it's pretty new to me. This will be the second time using it. This is a Catrice Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and I have it in Rosy Beige. It seemed nice. I think I got a little bit of transfer with it. Sorry, I've got a band-aid there. I'm trying to cover it up so I really avoid getting anything in my wound. We're gonna try it again. I think there was a little bit of patchiness in certain areas of my face. Gonna tie my hair up. Hopefully it doesn't happen again a second time. If it does, that will be kind of telling, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply, and then I'll be back. Alright, foundation is on. It's a little bit dark. It went on really fine. It looks really good, just like the first time I applied it. Just a tad off on the color. You can see like doesn't really match, but that's okay. Next we're gonna do concealer. This is the Loreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is in Oatmeal 345. So this one I've really liked. I like the foundation as well. The foundation for me though has kind of catches my pores a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. That stuff can be fixable. I also think I got the wrong color in the foundation, so that didn't help. I think it was too light and too yellow. But this is a good color concealer for me. It's not too white. not too yellow, and it is very full coverage. And it's pretty inexpensive, and I just use a foam sponge. This is the Beauty Blender, so it's not drugstore, but if you find any sort of small sponge, I find this to be perfect for the under eye. The large sponge I use to apply my foundations from Real Technique, so that one is from the drugstore, and it is very affordable. Oh boy, I don't know what's happening, but you see that line? Ooh. Maybe I have too much water in my sponge. I've never seen that before. How bizarre. Seems to be blending out now. Huh. That was weird. Very high coverage, very quickly blendable. For every day, I think this is a little too high coverage for me personally, but I know a lot of you use high coverage every day under your eyes just to look awake. I totally get that. I do recommend trying this one out. It is affordable. I don't remember the price exactly. I think I was a little surprised that it was a little bit more expensive than I thought it would be. And I think the foundation too, depending where you live, can be a little pricey for a drugstore, and that's what I meant, like drugstores prices are creeping up. But these are good options. It's hard to find a lot of good foundations under $10, and I think the drugstores, a lot of them are going over $10 for a foundation. This one I believe is 11. I think this was close to 10. I'm not sure, just for the concealer. I know e.l.f. makes a good one that I've had before, that I've used, that I like. That one is cheaper. Another good full coverage option. All right, so we're gonna move into powder, and I have a couple options here, and these aren't really drugstore. One definitely is not. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. You guys know about this. This is not cheap, but it's a really good deal for how much product you get. You get a full ounce of powder, and it's really hard to beat this for the price, because usually you'll get way less product for a lot more money in the high-end world. So I know there's good powders out there in the drugstore. I really need to invest in one because I don't have any affordable powders, especially for setting my face. I should look into that. If you guys have any suggestions, I know the Maybelline Fit Me one is good. I'm just a little worried about how thick it is and the color and how it's gonna work for me. I have little faith in good powders from the drugstore, to be honest. I do have another option now, and this isn't very traditional, and it's semi-drugstore. You can get this at Ulta. I don't think it's a lot of money, but I also don't think you get very much product with this. This is the DermaE Sun Protection Mineral Powder SPF 30. And I'm looking at it because it's maybe a little bit more accessible for you guys than the Laura Mercier, but it also has SPF 30. Now, I don't know how good powders really work for sun protection. I think that's still up in the air, but it can't hurt, right? So it has this built-in brush, which I don't love. But when you're on the go, this is how it works. There's a lot of companies that do this. So I think I'm gonna use this just because I haven't used it in any of my videos. But it's definitely, I'm breathing it in. It's an option. I'm trying to breathe out. I definitely normally wouldn't use this to set my makeup. It's just, I'm trying to keep it on the cheap, and this is somewhat healthy, right? I'm not getting a lot of product out. How are you supposed to do this? Oh boy, it unscrews. You kind of have to swirl it to get it going. My face is still feeling a little bit tacky. I don't know how much powder you need to put on to get your SPF 30. I imagine it's a lot. Just trying to get it going again. So I do recommend having something like this in your collection. Doesn't have to be this one, to touch up your SPF without removing your makeup. If you're gonna be in the sun, walking home from work, you know, you're gonna be out and about during the day, and you don't wanna put, you know, a liquid sunscreen over your face again, and you're wearing makeup, but you don't wanna go out there without reapplying. A powder is an option. Is it the best? No, but it's better than nothing. That's what I always like to say. Also, bring a good hat, wide brim hat, that's gonna help as well. So we're all powdered up. Not sure I feel about this for like actual setting purposes. So I'm gonna do a light dusting of the Laura Mercier just for insurance purposes. I know this is outside of the drugstore, but I mean, this one works really fast. It's just a good classic. Like, I'm done. I'm confident. I'm ready to go. So I usually like to do like a glow powder or another type of finishing powder, and people like to do this at the end when their makeup's all done. I don't always do that. So I'm gonna do my glow sort of powder now. I'm gonna give this another shot. This is the e.l.f. Mineral Pearl Guerlain Meteorites dupe. Gonna shake it up and try to buff it in to my skin again. Last time I found this to be a bit glittery. One of the balls just escaped on the floor, by the way. It has, for the most part, little micro glitters, but some of those glitters I found to be a little thick, which I didn't want. But it's looking okay. I feel very powdery right now, so I think I'm gonna stop right there. I got a little bit of a glow up here. They're not bad, I just wouldn't recommend that product. Little ball, it's got little micro glitters in there. Some that are not so micro. Brows. And I don't have a drugstore brow product because I find either the texture to be disappointing or the color. I know there's a lot of new products out there. I'm really scared to try drugstore stuff, to be honest. So let me know if you guys have anything that works for you. I have a lot to fill in. I prefer pencils or like brow gels, but the brush has to be right. If it's too big, it's too thick, or even too tiny and thin, it doesn't work. It has to be just the right texture and size of the brush. So like this is way too big, and then you don't want something so tiny that you get a tiny amount of product coming out. So I got this is the BrowGal. I don't think it's a lot of money. I think I got this in a Allure Beauty Box subscription. I didn't pay for it like full price. But this is just a brown pencil. I like the little micro pencils, and I've tried the NYX one that everyone likes, and I don't get it. It does not work for me at all. I could hardly get any color out. maybe every time I bought it, they've all been dried out. I don't know, but just doesn't work for me. And I know it's supposed to be a good dupe for ABH's brow pencil, but I just thought it sucked. But that doesn't mean I'm not willing to try other NYX and NYX products. This color is a little bit off for me. It's a little dark. I rather do like taupe. But it works. I know they're not perfect, but I'm okay with that. Alright, so I think we're ready to move on to our NYX products and show you all the new stuff. I want to show you all the new stuff that I got. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick rundown of everything I purchased. I do have one lip product that didn't arrive with everything else for whatever reason. It's coming tomorrow, so you're not going to see that one, but you're going to see everything else. So with my order, I think this promotion is still happening. If you order 2 Epic Wear eyeliner sticks, you get a free mask. And this is what it looks like. It's very, very cute. It does seem to be sort of the same shape and size all the way around, so I don't know which way it's supposed to go on your nose. It does come with a little filter, which is nice. You just put it in the pocket. I will say though, I think this is made for people with a lot of space between their mouth and their ear. So maybe if it doesn't fit you, you can give it to somebody that this will fit. So it's very loose on me. So very comfortable, right? But it should be a little bit tighter. I think if I had a bun, I could make it work. I could also probably tie this up so it's a little bit tighter. That's probably the smartest thing to do, right? Just shorten the straps like a... Okay, see if this works. Yeah, okay. Oh, now that definitely made things tighter. Okay, I fixed it. So if it's too loose for you, you can do what I did and tie it up so the straps are shorter. It's a little bit tight now. But you just make a little twist on each end and now it fits. But yeah, a little bit loose. It does seem to have a hole through it, so if you wanted to replace this with your own sort of strap, I know some people do the ties, you could certainly easily do that for this masks. And it says on the inside made in Los Angeles, and it says make today Epic. So it's kind of cool that they're giving out masks. I know where I live it's pretty much required everywhere, so always good to have another one. Alright, so first thing I want to show you is the Sweet Cheeks Creamy Powder Blush. I thought this shade looked really pretty. This is Rose and Play. So we're gonna apply that. We're gonna apply everything today. Look how pretty. Just a little bit sparkly, so it's not gonna be for you matte blush fans, but super pretty. And this was $6. So, you know, pretty inexpensive for a blush. I got an eyeshadow palette and had trouble, you know, deciding did I want to get this one or the other one, but I chose the purple one. This is Mystic Petals. So very purple tone, cool toned. And it has 10 shades, 0.8 grams, 0.02 ounces, so not a lot of product in here, but this was less than $10. This was $9.60 for this palette. pretty cheap. I don't have high hopes for every single shade, but we'll see. And it looks like a lot of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are pressed pigments and the others are eyeshadow. And it tells you that on the back. Looks like these 3 are pressed pigments, and then these 2 are pressed pigments, and the rest are eyeshadows. So if you buy this straight from NYX.com and you become like one of their club members, you can get some of your stuff engraved for free, and I requested this to be engraved with the words Beauty Junkie, and didn't happen. It was free, I didn't have to pay for it, so nothing lost there. It is a bit scratched up on the plastic, which is whatever, but I cannot find anywhere where this is engraved unless it's on the very inside, and I'll look for it when I open it up, but I don't see it at all. I mean, it's sealed, so I don't think they did engraving on the inside, but I guess they just didn't do it. It's pretty funny. I also got a jumbo eye pencil. This is 611 Yogurt. It's kind of a shimmery brown, light brown shade. I don't always love eye pencils, but I think this seemed to be a popular product on the website, so I wanted to try it out. So I got 2 of their new eyeliners. This is the Epic Wear, and these are liner sticks, Epic Wear. They have a lot of different colors. Some of them are really bold, but I wanted to get these 2 to kind of go with the palette. This is Magenta Shock, is the darker one, and then Frosted Lilac is the other one. And then for I heard really good things about this glitter primer, and I don't really have anything for my multi-chrome formula, so I'm going to be using this probably in a later video to see how it goes with multi-chromes and see if everything kind of applies better than using water. I am curious if this you can use this just for a regular eyeshadow base. Kind of just want to see the texture, because I was going to use this today because I don't really have an eyeshadow primer from the drugstore. I could use my concealer, but I don't really want to do that. What it looks like, holographic, pretty. Looks like you get 10 milliliters of product, which is plenty. Feels like a normal cream. See if it gets tacky. Specially formulated to keep glitter in place. Using the primer not only enhances the reflective quality of your glitter, but prevents messy fallout and creasing. Very smart. Thanks, NYX. It feels pretty tacky now, so I'm sure this works pretty well as long as you move quickly with the whatever you're using. For mascara, I picked up a new one. I have a lot of new mascaras right now. This is On the Rise. It's a volume lift mascara. This is black. This is the back of it. I don't know, we're gonna try it out. I don't know too much about it and if it's any good or not. I also picked up a lip product and a lip pencil. I have another lipstick on the way. This is the Soft Matte Lip Cream. I've tried this formula before and I've enjoyed it. So I picked up a different color. This is Beijing, and this is another product that was also supposed to be engraved. And maybe the letters I requested is too long for this, but then they should cut you off and be like, oh, you can't go more than that when you order. But I do not see any engraving on here. It came sealed. I took off the plastic, so I'm not really sure how they could engrave this item without taking off all the plastic on it. So interesting this this was an option. Yeah, this is the lip liner that's I thought would go well with it. This is the This is lip liner Sand Pink, Sable Rosé, and this is $8.56. So we're gonna try that probably on my upper lip, and then that's kind of it for the NYX stuff. I do want to we'll see how the mascara goes. I might try another stab at the Ardell's. And then for setting spray and highlighter, I have Essence for the highlighter. This is the Pure Nude highlighter in Be My Highlight. And then for setting spray, I have Milani Make It Last. So tried to keep the theme of affordable. And then, sorry, for the prices of all these, the Soft Matte Lip Cream, this was $5.20. The lip pencil is $3.20. The Jumbo eye pencil is $3.60. The mascara is $8. Glitter primer is $5.20. The blush, again, $6. And then the two eyeliner sticks. These are a little more pricey to me. These were both $6.40 each. Interesting, you can get an eyeliner for double the price of a lip liner. Alright guys, I just unpackaged everything so I could get into it easier, and oh boy, like the packaging on pencils when it's plastic all the way around, like it's the worst. I ruined my nail. Not happy about it. So one thing, yeah, I don't love about drugstore products, sometimes the packaging is just ridiculous to get into for whatever reason. I don't know. I know, you know, a box can be wasteful, but if it takes like scissors to get into packaging that should take like 2 seconds to remove, ugh, the worst. Alright, so we're going to do blush first. We're going to use the Sweet Cheeks. I really like the name of this. Sweet Cheeks. It's a bit shimmery, so I'm a little bit scared. Seeing a little bit of product on the brush. Actually, that looks pretty dark. Ooh. This is like a hybrid kind of product. It's very shimmery, almost as shimmery as a highlighter. Wow. So I'm going to use a lot less than I thought I would. It's not bad, it's pretty, it's just very shimmery. You guys see that? Interesting. I'm probably gonna stop here and just blend it out. Tone down that shimmer a little bit. If you have textured skin, shimmery boiled blushes can be a bit dangerous. This one's cute though. Just a little sparkle. Not bad, right? I'm gonna go ahead and put the highlight on top. Pure Nude Essence highlighter. Just a little bit of glow. It's a really natural highlighter. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of sparkle with this blush. It's not bad if you love a sparkle blush, but this is a lot. There's a lot of glow in the Sweet Cheeks Glow Creamy Powder Blush. Didn't really realize that from buying it online, but even like looking at it in the pan, I guess I should have known. I don't know. Would you guys have known? Probably. Let's do some swatches now of our eye pencils and eyeshadow. I want to do the pencils first. So let's start with the Jumbo eye pencil. This is in Yogurt, which is a weird name. Let's just kind of do the back of the hand And this just looked like a fun sort of shimmery eye stick. And that definitely looks that way. Looks very pretty, very creamy. And it is, you know, blendable. Very pretty. I think I might do a little shimmer action with this. Very pretty shade. Let's do the eyeliners. So we have lilac, frosted lilac. Just a really pretty sparkle. I'll tell you, this glides really easily. Really soft. Very pretty, pretty, pretty. And then we have magenta shock. That's pretty too. They both have some really shimmery qualities to them. Very nice, very pretty. I like both of those. I don't know how I feel about them like in a traditional upper liner sense. Of course the magenta would work, but I could see using the lilac kind of underneath my eye, kind of like an eyeshadow replacement. Some swatches of the Mystic Petals. This is what it looks like. Let's go left to right, top to bottom. And the shades just have numbers essentially. So let's just dig in. It feels hard pressed into the pan. Oh, surprisingly, this doesn't look too bad. I don't know why I'm surprised. I don't know. I just am. Kind of a chocolatey shade, a bit cooler toned. This one looks like a matte pink. I believe this is a pressed pigment. I will say it's a little hard for me to get my finger into these small pans. It looks like it has a bit of a satin sheen to it. It's pretty enough. Here's a purple shade. Ooh. It's a little bit more see-through. Alright, having a little more trouble with this one. Kind of being more solid, but just a little work. Help that one out. This is another purple. Having a little trouble with this guy, but we got there. It's a little bit sheer. Here's another matte. Sorry guys, I'm having trouble swatching because of the pan size is so small, and it's just really, they're hard pressed, and really getting a good grip on them is a challenge. There you go. It's funny, we're seeing more red tones and a couple purple and pink, I suppose. Speaking of pink, here's pink right here. Yikes. I really want these to work. I think the idea is there. It's just taking more effort. This is like a periwinkle matte shade. It's not bad. Right, not bad. This is our last purple. It's kind of pretty, right? Not too bad. You can tell the quality of these shades just isn't there. I think they'll be fine on the eyes, we'll see, but it's just not quite as pigmented as I'm used to. Well, that one will look better than the other shades. This is the darkest shade in the palette, and it applied a bit easier. So a little bit patchy, a little bit difficult to apply with my finger, but it doesn't help the pans were so small. But this is the Majestic, what is this? Mystic Petals. I keep messing up the name of this. Mystic Petals. Some of these shades look promising, some not so much. We're gonna try it out. I think I'm gonna do a pink eye and then a purple eye, and then use some neutrals with it. I think that's kind of my only options with this palette, since that is the color story. And then I'm gonna show you my lip products. We're gonna apply mascara. I don't think we're gonna use this today because we're not doing any crazy eyeshadow. But let's do the thing. So I'm gonna be using natural hair brushes. Hopefully that's a good idea. And we're gonna start with the pink eye first, just because I think I like the colors better. And I'm gonna start with this matte pink shade. First impressions, it's applying surprisingly well. I'm not getting sheer color like I did with the e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadows. This showed up pretty quickly, which is good. Don't know I love the eye shape that I've created, but that's my fault. I'm gonna go into this shade now and apply this to the outer portion of my eye. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna do some blending because this looks awful, but it's my fault. It's a bit like a clown. I do want to do the hot pink right in the center. This guy right here. I've seen a lot of hot pinks in the palettes I've been getting. Eyeshadows I've been buying. A lot of pink. I really dug into the shade with this brush. I'm not getting a lot of pigment, but it's very dusty, and I'm already getting like hard pan right away. You can see that kind of different color there. Yeah, that's not good sign. This is a pressed pigment shade. I mean, I'm getting color. Don't know that I'm loving it. Not quite as bold as I want it to be. It's not terrible though, it's workable. I'm gonna stop there with the color, and I think I'm gonna go back in with this chocolatey shade just to kind of ground everything. This is what this palette is making me feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Sad. I probably don't. Yeah, that brown didn't help. I don't think. Let's go back in with this dark pink shade. It's a very blown out look. It's just a little bit messy. What I really think is missing from this palette is a good light highlighty shade, inner corner highlight shade. There's nothing really in here like that except for maybe this one, but it's not shimmery enough. I don't mind this color story, it's just, you saw how much difficulty I had using them. It's hard to use stuff like this. Like, it works. It's just not as easy as it could be, in my opinion. I'm gonna use this in the inner corner. Even though it's a little bit dark than I normally would use. Quite the shade for the inner corner, it's too dark. But it gives a little bit of sheen, I suppose. Eyeliners are pretty much waterproof. I did a lot of rubbing to get this off. I'm sure you have to use a oil cleanser to remove those eyeliners. I have a lot of dusting right here that I'm not sure I can clean up. I'm gonna put some powder over it to kind of hide all the pink dust. But yeah, I mean, that creamy pencil that's kind of shimmery, I think it kind of gets lost on the camera. You don't really see that shine. It's not quite bright enough. I don't love this look. I think it could be improved. I'm gonna try the eyeliner, the magenta one, with this. I think it goes with this look, and it can also go with a purple look. So add a little bit of depth. Not sure it saved my eye look. I'm gonna try inner corner again with lilac and see what this looks like. It gave a little bit of lightness, very subtly. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm not in love with what happened here. I'm gonna put on mascara. This is the On the Rise mascara, so its tube looks like. And this is the brush, plastic brush. Kind of an interesting shape. It's not perfectly straight, it's kind of an hourglass, but not all the way around. So I'm kind of sensitive about mascaras. If the brush feels really rough on my eyelashes, I'm not gonna like it, and this definitely kind of hurts my eyes. Just a hard plastic brush. But it does look like I'm getting some length. I mean, at the end of the day, this isn't a bad eye look. I just had a lot of trouble with the apple. Before I move on to the purple version of this eye, I'm gonna try to attempt to apply lip liner and this lip cream. I kind of have to avoid this area because I'm healing. So we'll see how it goes. This is a very pointy brush and it looks very pink, which is very concerning to me. So this is very pink, but I think it's gonna go well with my very pink lipsticks that I have. I don't really have a lip liner that goes well with them, and I think this one will do the trick. Not bad. Lip cream. forgot how dry this formula is. My lips are pretty dry right now. It's not bad, it's comfortable dry. Alright, so lip liner is not too bad. It's definitely a dry formula, not super like creamy, so I think you're gonna have to make sure your pencil's sharp. So I was in the middle of putting this on, the lip cream, and I got a phone call. So sorry about that. So this lip cream is light pink, which I thought it would be more this color. I guess it's not far off. Yeah, not bad. Just ignore my bitten lip. I think I would have preferred this to be a little more deeper rosy brown, or just more of a deeper pink than this light pink. So I don't know how often I'll be using it, but I think like with this look it's definitely appropriate. I think with the mascara and the eyeliner this look has certainly improved. I would have definitely probably preferred like a matte brown in the crease or something a little deeper than what I really have to work with. I think this dark brown is just way too dark and too muddy. And then there's not really inner corner highlight. This helped, but it's too subtle for me. I like a really wham bam, a lot of inner corner. But yeah, let's go into the purple side. We have our lips on. I've pretty much used all the products I've bought with this order, but I do want to give the purples a chance. And my people are gonna see me with, again, multicolored eyes, 2 different colored eyes, and I've been doing that a lot because I've been filming and then going to do stuff later, and it looks absolutely crazy. So yeah, here's our purples. I'm a little nervous because some of these didn't swatch very well. We're gonna try Periwinkle, this kind of color first. Oh wow, way more pigmented than I thought it would be. This one didn't swatch super well, but it's not going on too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and take this all the way around. Really pretty color. This may be one of the winners of this palette. Yeah, really nifty shade. I don't have a lot of colors like this in my collection, so this is nice. I think I want to do a little bit of this guy here, kind of the purpley pink. It's actually pretty nice as well. Huh, I was about to give up on this palette for sure. Yeah, it's pretty bold. Okay, alright, I'm cool with the shade. We have a deep purple that I want to throw into my crease. Alright, not my favorite shade of purple. I'm gonna go back in with Periwinkle just because I think it disappeared a little bit. That dark purple kind of overtook everything just now. I think it just kind of brushed everything away. Yeah, I just had to redo everything. Maybe it's my fault with the brush I was used with the purple, but everything just sort of fell off right there. But the end result, this is like pretty punk rocker chick kind of a thing, which is nice. We're gonna go in with, I'm not really using neutrals just because I don't think this is dark enough and this is too dark. So I'm just gonna go into the light purple in the inner corner. It's pretty. It shows up a little bit on this one. Definitely in that same color family. I'm gonna use exactly the same eyeliner as this side. Yeah, we're gonna do magenta all around. I don't think you can see this one as well on this side, as well as you can see it on this side. This is not self-sharpening, and I've already used the whole thing on both eyes just one time. I'm gonna go in a little bit of inner corner with the lilac shade, kind of as an eyeshadow replacement, just because it's totally different formula, but I don't have a lot of colorful eyeliners that I really use. Let's just try yogurt again. Give it a little more dimension. A little hard to spread on top of eyeshadow. Not the smoothest result. But not a bad look, right? I'm gonna go a little more under the eye just to kind of balance with this side. Lovely cracking. Alright, so I'm gonna apply mascara again. See how this side goes. I think I'm gonna skip lashes today because I think the mascara does a good job of getting that long effect. Could lashes make this a lot more dramatic? For sure, but I'm okay with it not being as dramatic. Alright guys, this is the final look. I don't love the color of my lip cream. It's a little bit too light of a pink for me. I want something a little bit deeper, but it doesn't look bad. This is definitely good for certain looks. I will note the formula feels drier than I remember, and I don't like that at all. I'm getting a little bit of crustiness. Oh boy, my lip's bleeding now. I'm not going to talk about my lips anymore because my cut's now bleeding. But yeah, I want to show you up close my eyes. I think it's pretty, right? I had a lot of trouble applying the pink eye, as you guys can see. But I think the end result is fine. It wasn't easy. It took some work. Purple one a little bit easier. I think I was definitely more careful and made smaller strokes with my brush, just because I was worried about all the fallout that I was gonna get. So I think, I don't know what it is, maybe it was the formula with the pinks that just kind of spread everything everywhere. But at the end of the day, I think these eyeshadows show up. I mean, you're getting a good deal for $10 to get this amount of pigment, and prettiness is nice. I think you're gonna need more colors to really make this work. As you saw, I used eyeliners a lot for shimmer, inner corner highlight. So not a standalone palette. But yeah, you can tell it's pretty. It gives you some flavor. Would I necessarily recommend this palette to anybody, especially a newbie? No, I think new people are gonna, to makeup, like inexperienced makeup appliers, are probably not gonna have as much fun with this. I think if you are experienced, you're gonna figure out some colors that you like and don't like. And I'll show you which ones like I liked and didn't like. And this one surprised me the most. I really like this one. Although when I started applying this on top of it, it brushed away along with this one. These brushed away really easily, but they were both really pretty. This deepened things up, but I didn't like it that much. This doesn't do much for me either as an inner corner. It's just not shimmery enough. This guy isn't, I tried to get a lot of pigment and I got a lot of fallout. It's not punchy enough. I don't love these colors. I didn't even try this. I didn't like this one. It didn't hardly show up. It didn't show up. This was fine. This was fine. This is too dark for this palette, at least for me. I think your safest bets are these guys and these two. So if this came like in a quad, that would be spectacular. But again, still not standalone. The majority of these shades are kind of weak. So I can't really recommend it based on that, but you can get some winning looks out of it. If you're looking for sort of a purple pink palette and you see this available and you like sort of what you see, definitely pick it up. Just know that you might find some challenges. Like I'm using, you know, nice natural hair brushes and having some trouble. I think my drugstore journey with the last couple of purchases I've made has been a little bit of a hit and miss. I think this eyeshadow is definitely, you can see, versus the e.l.f. bite-size shadows, you can hardly see anything on my eye except for like one shade that I didn't like. I think the blush I would probably skip unless you like a really shimmery, almost highlighty blush, or you just want a pink highlighter. This works. I'm just not a fan of like having that much shimmer all the way down. That's a little much for me, especially when I'm going for like a dramatic eye as well. It's a lot. Like I look very pink, right? This guy I would like to get in a different color. I appreciate the texture, it's very creamy, but I would use this more as an inner corner and it's not bright enough. Otherwise, as an eyeshadow, it's just very shimmery, kind of a boring color. I thought it would be a little bit more shimmery, but I like the lip liner. It's pretty dry formula, so if you like a dry formula, this is gonna work for you. I think it's gonna help this stay put. I don't think I'll be picking up this formula again. It's too dry for me, and it's not quite the color I wanted. The eyeliners are fine. I just noticed that they're really soft, so I went through them really quickly for both of these eyes, that they're already pretty much nubs. So these are gonna require a lot of sharpening. But I appreciate the amount of colors that NYX offers in this eyeliner. And again, if you get 2 of them, you get the mask. Yeah, if you get 2 of these, you get the mask, at least right now. But these are, you know, $12 total, 6 each, kind of expensive. The glitter primer, I'll have to try this in another video. Didn't try it this time, but it's kind of the whole reason I ordered from NYX to pick this up. I know I'm not using it right now, but I did want to pick up a couple of other things. I like the look of this mascara for sure. I think it really does a good job of lengthening. I just hate how hard the brush is on my lashes. Like I feel like it's tearing them out. So not the most comfortable. Yeah, I think that's it for the new products. Let me do a little setting spray. Almost forgot. This is the Milani Make It Last. Whew, that was a lot and really close up. I think I inhaled some of that. Very, very pretty purple pink eye look. I don't know which side do you guys like better, purple or pink? I think this one for some reason looks a little more complex and smoky. This one looks a little bit more simple, but I used just as many colors. So interesting. I don't like that some of these purples just brushed away so easily. That's kind of disappointing. But there you have it. NYX, affordable brand. Check them out. They have a lot of different formulas. I almost got like their loose powder like eyeshadows. They have a lot of different loose pigments. And I think I would like them in theory, but they're so messy, loose pigments. Like I have some from years ago that I never got rid of. I just think from day to day I'm just not going to want to use a loose pigment, but I am curious about them if people like them. Yeah, I know they have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I haven't tried that many of them, to be honest. I haven't gone into the drugstore world in years. This gives me a little bit of hope, although not completely, because a lot of these shades didn't really work for me that well. So that's too bad. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Have you tried this palette? Have you tried the other one that's a different color story? What do you guys like from NYX? Please comment below. Anything I need to pick up? Anything I'm missing out on? Please let me know. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Please click like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.